Welcome to Chit Chats with Local Cats, a show where we chat with some cool cats who are doing some creative things in the Florida community. Today on the show, we have Jasmine Muhammad, the owner of Aurora Skyn in Davie, Florida. Thank you so much for allowing us
Thank
into
you for
your
having me.
gorgeous space.
Thank you so much.
It's been absolutely lovely catching up with you. Fun story, we met Jasmine 2 years ago at a flea market with our other business and literally had her name on our list for 2 years waiting for the perfect thing to invite her on. And then we were like,
here we are. This is it.
This is it. We finally got here.
I'm so excited.
Well, I guess I'm going to take it off with the first question.
Yeah.
So what content are you consuming currently?
So right now I'm doing a little bit of everything. I am a licensed aesthetician, so I do teeth gems, dermaplaning, microdermabrasion, facial cupping. My clients really love the facial massage, so you'll get a taste of that too. Really exciting. And I talk about gut health and the connection with your skin and all those good things.
So as far as like the social media stuff that you look at, you're really involved in educating yourself and like following. So is there anybody you follow in particular that you really like that's like you feel like helps you with your education?
The Fix Method. So she's really good on lifting, sculpting and releasing any puffing in the face, drainage, making the skin looking more glowing, sculpting the skin. She talks about gut health as well and the connection between your gut and your brain and your skin and how it all flows together.
We're talking about gut health and I have a cherry Coca-Cola.
Yeah, you gotta have a
balance.
balance.
I was like,
you need a balance too.
I like that you talk about balance though. So like, okay, what then do you feel like is a good balanced regimen mixed in with a skin service?
So what I recommend to all my clients is juicing. Juicing is like the holy grail and it's really a hidden gem. Celery juice especially, good for psoriasis, good for IBS, it's good for so many different things. Eczema too. If you're not a big juicer, then I would just recommend cutting back on inflammatory foods, greasy foods, starchy foods. It's very difficult.
It's like all of the good stuff.
Yeah,
that's always my problem, isn't
it? And then we're like, I don't know why I'm getting all these pimples.
And then that's why, so like if you can't do juicing, because juicing it can be a little expensive, especially with prepping and
how much juice do you have to consume for it to actually have health benefits for you?
I recommend at least starting out with 16 ounces in the morning. If you can do 16 ounces and then work your way up to 32 ounces every 2 hours, then that's a good start.
Oh, you don't have to threaten me with a good time.
I know. I did buy myself a juicer probably 4 years ago.
You gotta use it. You use it?
Yes, I use it continuously for a long time. And then I was like, this thing is hard to clean.
It is.
Can they make an easier juicer to clean? I have not found one. It is difficult. I know it has to be the little grain. I get it.
You use the pulp for stuff too,
You can use the pulp and you can like dehydrate it in the oven and take it as a capsule.
Oh.
So you don't have to throw it away. Or you can like put it with you. Or you can like feed it to your plants. Plants love it and it works as a compost. So it's multi-purpose.
Can you use it as skincare?
Yes, you can, baby.
Okay, so
you can make a face mask. Like papaya is great.
We're all adjusting ourselves. We're like, let's hear it.
Well, papaya to me, if I have papaya on its own,
it's great for
it tastes
stomach.
like farts. I'm not gonna lie. Yes,
You gotta
tastes
juice it.
and it smells like farts. I like it in a smoothie.
It's
mixed with other things. But by itself, I have not.
I don't think you're having papaya. I don't know what you're eating.
I don't know what I'm eating.
You can
ask Miguel too. We've had it together. And we're like, this is not what.
It's an acquired taste. A lot of people don't like papaya. I recommend mixing it with like lime to kind of cut that taste, or maybe pineapple or watermelon, something to cut
now
the
you're
taste.
speaking my language.
When
I did juice, I did beets, carrots, and turmeric was my juice.
Turmeric's
delicious.
It is good.
So have you always been this health conscious and like been very holistic in the way that you approach things since you were younger, or like what was your
I would say
years
50-50. So my mom was very health conscious growing up. Like I stopped eating pork when I was 10 years old. So with that, and then when my mom went off to college, I started staying with my grandmother, who is also very health conscious. She was more health conscious, I think, than and my mother. So it was always kind of there, but of course when I'm by myself, I'm eating like a box of donuts.
Yeah.
You know, but then I have a balance too. I try to do like an 80-20. Like during the week, try to be more conscious of more. On the weekends you pig out. It's the weekend. You know, I've been working hard all week. I'm gonna chill on the weekend. So I just try to be a little bit more balanced during the week. Try to incorporate a little bit more vegetables, more fruits. Because funny story, last year I had this huge eczema breakout. Never had eczema before in my life.
You're like the third person I've talked to that were that like within the last 2 years
I
are
think
like
it's in the water.
Yeah, they're
something's going on.
They're like, I've never had it before in my life, and all of a sudden now I have it. Hands, face. Yeah.
So what made me learn more about juicing, celery juice specifically, I found like a detox protocol online, and this guy, medical medium, he's very good about, you know, healing the body from within using fruits and vegetables. That's it. Making different meals out of them, juicing them, eating fruits and smoothies, the whole shebang. So I was like, God, let me see what I can do about the skin. Went to the dermatologist, they didn't know what was going on. They're like, maybe some type of eczema, but we don't know. And I'm like, bro, like, so as you can see, I have like some dark spots here. But when I started juicing, literally I juiced for 90 days. So 90 days, just smoothies, juices, fruits, that's it. So like the first 5 weeks, I would juice, eat fruits and smoothies until 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4, 5, until 5 weeks. And then after that, it was just pure those 3 things. So it's very intense because my friends, they want to go out to brunch. Oh, let's go out to brunch. It's a birthday, it's a party. You know, everybody want to turn up, and I'm like, I have to eat my smoothie. I have to eat my pineapples. So literally after 30 days, I kid you not, my skin cleared up. It was as if nothing happened. All I have now is just the scarring, little pigmentation, but over time that'll be gone. And there's a lot of people, like you said, you know, like 3 people. There's a few people that I know, same thing. It came out of nowhere, never had issues before. One of the girls that I know, she juices. That's what she does. Like she sells her juices. She sells them right next door. Very great juices. She started juicing, skin clears up, and I'm like.
So do you intermix that with foods?
I was gonna say
it's just the juice.
So
or are you just continuously like very hangry?
So I can't do. I was only able to do it for 90 days. Even during that time, I was kind of hangry. So I was telling my boyfriend, I'm like, listen, this is the week that don't talk to me, don't look at me the wrong way. I may just bite your head off just a little bit. But
that's not part of the juice.
No, it's not. But it's not feasible. In the reality,
the longevity of it.
You can't do it. So after 90 days, I like slowly pace myself back into eating. But it took my stomach probably like a month to get used to solid foods again. Because it's been used to liquid and juice the whole time. So, but yeah, I eat regular food again. You know, I still try to juice in the morning because I noticed a tremendous benefit, even with my hair, my eyes, my skin, everything completely different.
Yeah, your skin looks incredible.
Thank you.
You missed it. She had a makeup artist here before. I felt so. She's felt
She's so sweet.
That's amazing.
Yeah, your skin is.
Thank you.
On it.
I can see, like, even the makeup.
With the makeup, I'm like,
she's.
But we were saying that right before when your compatriot that I think sells stuff over here, right?
Yeah.
She was saying you need to have good skin for the makeup to stay on, and I think that's something that you can agree with as well.
Yes, like that's the biggest thing that I always tell my clients is a good makeup, high-end makeup, it doesn't matter. Makeup is only going to do so much.
Right.
If the canvas that the paint is sitting on top of is, I don't want to say dirty, but needs a little work, right? It's a little scuffed up. There's markings on it. The paint's not going to sit as smooth.
Right.
So it's the same thing with skin, right? Like we have to be able to work together with it, which is why I like recommending my brides and my clients to someone who does really good facials, because for me that's important.
Makes it easier for you to.
Right. It's like, and then you kind of go back and forth with that. So this kind of reminds me of like, for me, I always knew growing up I wanted to do something with beauty, theater beauty, something like that. So did you always know you wanted to do skin growing up? Or?
I didn't. I wanted to be an actress. Funny story.
I
wanted to be an actress. I wanted to go to Juilliard. You know, my mom was a teacher at Addicts Middle School. She was a drama teacher. And I was in the elementary school right across the street at Bethune, Magnet program, doing musical theater, dance, and band. And I didn't do it in middle school, but in high school when I moved to Ocala, I was a thespian. in high school. So we did traveling competitions, you know, we did plays at school, the whole shebang. Like, I knew when I graduated, I'm going to Juilliard. But when I saw how expensive it was, my mom was like, yeah, you're not going to Juilliard. You're doing this community college, girl. Enjoy it. So I was like, all right. But right now, it's funny. I have a 9-to-5 in the dental field.
Okay.
So it's kind of like beauty, but we do cosmetic of the teeth. So it's like a spinoff. I never thought that I would do skincare. I used to make skincare products for my friends, family, for kicks and giggles. Hey, try this, see how you like it, whatever, you know. And they're like, hey, this stuff is good. Maybe you should sell it. So in 2020, I created Aurora Skyn, started doing skincare, started doing pop-up events. And a few clients were like, gosh, you know a lot about skin. Like, why don't you go to school to be an esthetician? I'm like, yeah, I don't want to do that. I'll just continue making products. Started doing my research. I'm like, okay, let's see. I was gonna go to school for sonography. And then like, I'm literally a second away from getting into the program, and I'm like, I can't do it. Let me go back to school to look for something else. So I'm like, you know what, I'm in skincare now. What else can I do? Esthetician. Start researching. I'm like, God, there's so many things you can branch off to into esthetician, beauty, skin, health, whatever. So I'm like, I'll go to school. Went to school, got out, and I'm like, gosh, I really love doing this. I love it. You know, I see the reactions that my clients have from the treatment. You know, they love it. They're so relaxed. They're recommending their friends, their family, you know, and it's become quite the journey, and I love it.
Oh, that's so good. But you know what, in a way, you're almost using I always feel like I still get to use my acting degree.
Yes, with the reels, the TikToks,
all the
theatrics,
time.
all day.
I get to do it, but I also get to I get to have my cake and eat it too. Because I was like, I don't want to just pick one.
It's so hard. You know, as a creative, I feel like we can't just stay in one lane.
No.
You know, you got to do a little bit of everything.
It hurts my soul if I have to do one thing. I'm like,
it does, and it's not fair. Why should you have to pick one thing? Why can't you just do what you want to do in segments if you want, or put it all together? So.
Super important. Yeah, no, I totally agree. And that's something that we talk about all the time, right? Is like using your degree, but using it in different ways. Like I use it all the time when I teach. I'm using it because that's the knowledge that I have to teach my kids, or that is how I approach my children, or whatever it may be. So I think it is really important to look at that and see what can I do outside the box with that same degree. You know, it's amazing.
What's the hardest part about having your own business?
Oof. Some days
I'm laughing because
we feel it, we understand, we know what you're going through.
Like some days you may not want to do it. You know, you may wake up one day and you're like, God, I'm tired. You know, I've been in the hustle and bustle mode. I have all these things on my to-do list, and it's like, when am I gonna have time to do it? But it's like, don't beat yourself up. Give yourself grace. Tackle one thing at a time. You know, if you did one thing today, you're a step closer. You know, and I forget sometimes to take rest. You know, I feel like, God, if I sleep, I'm gonna miss out on a bunch of things that I need to do. But I realize that if I sleep, I'll be better, I'll be less cranky, you know, I'll be more focused to do those tasks that need to be done. But I think that's the hardest part is not giving up, you know, remaining focused and remaining or giving yourself grace, because there's going to be tough times, there's going to be challenging times, you're not going to always win, you're going to have small wins, but there's still a big win because you won. You know, but sometimes it's like, God, it's not what I wanted, but it's part of it, but you still won, you know. So just appreciate the little things, and the bigger things will come.
I like that you said grace. That's one of my favorite words. It's like giving yourself grace in those moments where you feel like everything is just very overwhelming, and like maybe you're not on top of your game. And especially as women, we have to understand, like, we are able to only do so much during certain phases of our cycle. So do you feel like as a female business owner, you've got extra things that you have to tackle?
I do. I feel like a one-man band too.
Yeah.
And I'm in a phase now of learning to ask for help. Because, you know, for women, it's just like, oh, I can do it. I got it. I've been doing it all my life. You know, especially being like one of the oldest children, you know, you're used to doing it all. You're like second in command from your parents. So it's like, you know, I got this. I can do this. Even though you're like dying inside a little bit. But I'm learning to find a balance and to ask for help when needed, to share the help. So it's a new phase, a new journey in my life, but I'm open to it.
What would you feel like most of your clientele come in for to get done? Like, what's the biggest skin concern that you have to face?
The biggest skin concern I have to face would be acne and oily skin. But they typically go hand in hand. Mostly if you have acne skin, you have oily skin.
On the face or on the body?
On the face. On the body, it would be the back mostly.
Yeah.
But for the face, not many people have issues on their chest. It depends on, you know, what they eat, if they have a flare-up that day. But
see, and I also like the fact that you talk about gut health in conjunction with it. It's not just like, I'm gonna put a bunch of oils on you and like, okay, be on your way. Like, you're actually, you're actually explaining to them that like, there needs to be something that happens internally as well in order for us to be able to heal some of this because it's coming from the inside out.
1000%, because a lot of things that people don't realize is our gut is connected to so many things: your emotions, stress levels, food that you eat, however you feel that day, you know, and it reflects on your skin. So there's so many different factors connected with your gut. If you can just be a little bit more gentle or just be a little bit more mindful of how your emotions are, what's your stress level like, you know, there's so many levels that can be connected to the skin, and it all starts in the gut. That's our second brain, and especially women, a lot of our emotions lie here. Our intuition is here. If something's off, you're like, oop, I don't know about that one. You know, so I want to make sure that my clients can find a balance. Like, how can we work out your gut? What's your diet like? So I'm all in your business when you lay on the table.
I love it.
But I think it's important.
Yeah.
It's so important.
Because it's a team effort.
And it creates a trust too.
1000%.
That I think that like, because you're kind of in a vulnerable state. Like I know a lot of girls. My one friend has PCOS and she gets really bad hair and like scarring from it. And it's a insecurity for her. She's like, she's like, I'm always wearing makeup because I don't want it covered. And it so I feel like in a way like we're coming to lay on the table to help heal this. So it's a very vulnerable state to be in.
It's hard, and I try to be very gentle with them. You know, let me know your concerns. Which way do you want to go? I ask them which path would be easier for them. Like, do you want to talk about it? Do you want me to suggest? Do you want to tell me? You know, I try to make it as very comfortable and try to be very forthright as possible. Like, hey, this is what we can do that could help, but it's going to take a team effort. Because ultimately, you know, clients come to me because they want relaxation and they want me to heal their skin, but I'm not with you every day. So you have to make sure that you're doing your job. When you get home, hey, if you need me, you can call me, text me, and I'll be right there, you know, over the phone. But, you know, it's a team effort ultimately. So, and I have a few PCOS clients as well.
Coming for help with that. What's like the best move for those type of clients?
So with PCOS, it's mostly hormonal. So you have to make sure your stress levels, you got to monitor your stress. You got to monitor your food. And it's so tricky because there's so much stuff in the food nowadays.
Oh my God, I know.
Like,
it's crazy.
And then if you have a stressful job or if you live in a stressful environment, you have to worry about that work-life, social balance, and just different things. So, and I also recommend getting blood work done because maybe it could be something you're allergic to. It may not just necessarily be the PCOS. It could be different things. Your hormones, estrogen or testosterone levels could be out of whack. So I also recommend, hey, did you get blood work done? No? Okay, maybe you should go see your primary just so we can see what's really going on. Because because skin, I realize everyone's not cookie cutter. We could both have oily skin, but
it presents
internally
differently.
Absolutely. So I want to get to the root cause, because the root cause will ultimately fix it long term, because we're in it for the long haul, not short term. So that's ultimately my goal with my clients.
Well, and like medication too is another thing as well that can affect like whether your skin produces too much oil or it's too dry or you're getting, you know, like breakouts. Like sometimes it is, so I think someone who's a really good esthetician is gonna go through, ask those questions, find the ingredients, all that. Someone who doesn't care, that wants you in and out and is just trying to make it quick, they're not gonna care. So I love that you go the extra mile, because you don't have to, but in order to get the best out of your service, again, we're creating that trust. And I think that's kind of also a big thing of why we wanted to even do this show, is to show that there are local businesses you can trust and feel comfortable coming in to have that conversation and that dialogue. Because I mean, I wait till y'all actually get to see the entirety of this. I walked in and I was like, oh my goodness.
I love it.
Yeah, and like you have a sign that says cater to your higher self. So cute. I just, there's something so whimsical about this area. So like, how did you come up with the name Aurora Skyn? How did the color scheme, like what was your inspo?
Okay, so I love the Aurora Borealis lights.
Yes.
So it has like a lot of purple, green, blue. Never been to Alaska, I've been to Canada, but not where you can see that part in the
that's
sky.
gonna be a big one for you when you get
I would love to go there.
Same, it's on my bucket list.
You should put a little like jar somewhere that says fun for, so that people can, that's your little tip jar. That's a great idea.
That's like, it's on my mind, so I'm like, it's there, we're almost there. So I wrote out a bunch of different names. And I sent it to my closest friends and family. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm going to pick a business name. What do you think? This is what I came up with. Majority of them chose Aurora Skyn. I love purple because it's a very relaxing color. You know, it's very welcoming. And I feel like that's who I am as a person. So I'm like, I want to connect that. Plus, I love sunflowers. So I'm like, we're going to do a little pop of yellow in there, you know. And
so freaking
cute. Thank you. And it's even better with the lights on.
That's why it's like you'll get the full
effect here. So,
1000%.
No, I love, for me, and I've said this on the podcast before, so no breaking news here. I know that we did that last time, but like I prefer facials to massages. That's what I prefer to do for my own like self-care routine. I don't get relaxed when somebody else is touching my body. Like that does not feel good to me. For me, it is facials. Like there is something about it, and I didn't do it for so long.
You were telling me earlier.
It took me a long time. The first time I got a facial was right before my wedding, and I was like, what have I been doing with my life without these things? I mean, it was a game changer in my skin game. And I, like we were saying before, right, before we were rolling, I haven't been to my esthetician since before COVID. Right. And I miss it. I love that. That was something that I did for myself, something that I did for my skin. So I guess it kind of led me to the question formulating in my brain, which was like, what is something that you have to like constantly combat myth-wise that like people are coming in with, or just people that have never had a facial before, and to understand really the importance of what that is and what that's doing for you.
You can literally do so much with facials. Like I mentioned, you can sculpt your face, you can depuff your face, you can release stressors in your face. So like, you know, we hold a lot of things in our jaw. We hold a lot of things in tension in our face. If you clench your teeth, if you grind your teeth, that's tension. And your TMJ, that's tension. So you can literally release that, sculpt your face naturally. You can depuff your face. You can give your face a glow. You know, lymphatic drainage, the whole nine, scalp massage. I mean, it gets really deep. You can do a lot of different services with just your face and your body. Like dermaplaning, for example, you know, it removes like the vellus hairs on your face, that shadow effect. Removing those hairs will allow better application for makeup, better application for skincare, and you wake up and you're just like ready to go. It's a ready to go glow, you know? And I call it the lady shave because you're shaving off those vellus hairs.
And you do dermaplaning?
I do.
That's so good.
Yes.
So
yes, I do dermaplaning. I do quite a few things, but dermaplaning I recommend for men, women, because your products will work so much better for you. You know, they won't just sit on your face. They'll penetrate and
How long does that normally take, that type of service?
Well, it lasts a month. It takes an hour to do, under an hour with the whole treatment.
To do it properly. And there's a proper way to do the dermaplaning, right? Do you recommend for people to do, like, what are some things as a licensed esthetician that you cringe seeing people do on their own?
I cringe people doing extractions with no gloves on. So
I do it too.
Well, with yourself, that's fine.
No, but still, like, I think it's important that like we all
Yeah.
I think get off of Dr. Pimple Popper.
I
like,
love
'cause
Dr. Pimple
She
Popper.
does too. I cannot watch it. I
She's
don't
intense.
understand.
It's an odd satisfaction.
Yeah,
I
you're
love
like,
it.
yes, get that Pimple.
Stephanie literally loves it. I'm like, I don't
Oh my God, it's
understand
really
how you
good.
watch this.
It's intense. It's good stuff though, man. There was one guy, not to get off topic, there was this one guy, he had this huge cyst on his leg. Did you see him?
Yes, of course I saw it.
He's like,
Yes.
I was like, how did you walk around
Well,
like that
that's
and
so
not
that-
hit something?
But that's the thing is
Oh.
that sometimes you wonder too, like, how do people let it get that bad? I
What
can't
went
even
wrong?
stand a little bit comes
Okay,
up and I'm like, yeah,
get
it's
off of me.
it's so bad. Yeah.
It was huge. Like, what if you ran into somebody and like, boosh?
I think you wonder too. I mean, is it financial? I'm assuming that's
Right,
probably
yeah.
most of the
And
time
or
what it
fear,
is.
you know, like
Or fear.
that's true,
Sometimes
too.
people are really scared of doctors. I don't know, man. I'm like, give it to me.
listen,
Squeeze it
knock
all
me
out.
out, right?
Yeah.
Record it though, but knock me out.
Yeah, yeah. What advice then would you give somebody who is looking to start their own business?
Do your research.
Mm-hmm. Smart.
Don't just go off of YouTube University. A lot of people are freestyling off of YouTube. I love YouTube
Mhm.
University. I learned a lot of tips and tricks for different things in my life on there, not knocking it. But when it comes to skin,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that's a liability. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have insurance. You know, make sure you do your research for a good school, great teachers, and continue your education. Don't just stop
Yeah.
there. There's so much to learn, so much to do, so many avenues to go through as an esthetician. If you want to do beauty, you can. If you want to take the skincare, you can. Or if you want to do the medical, you can.
I looked
So,
into that
Yeah.
and I was like, oh man, that would be something because
Yes.
that's like all the real like super
Yes.
hardcore stuff.
They
that you
use
do.
more chemicals, they use
Yeah.
more machinery. I don't really do machinery. Eventually I will, but I'm on the holistic aspect.
I was
There's
gonna. That was
something-
one of my questions. Was like,
Yeah.
what is the difference between somebody who is a holistic
Mhm.
esthetician, as you say, and just a regular esthetician? I think that's an important like clarification.
Yes, so there's different estheticians out there. Like I said, the medical, they do like medical spa, so maybe you'll see a dermatologist in there or a nurse anesthetician. They'll be in there and they'll do like Botox, fillers, and micro needling, different things in regards to the medical spa. With holistic, we use a lot of herbs. We use a lot of fruit enzymes instead of like a chemical peel. Chemical
Right.
peel would be more medical. And we use a lot of tools instead of like, you can use machinery as well, like a hydrofacial machine.
Mhm.
Eventually I will actually get that, but I do like facial cumbing. I focus on the drainage. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so.
And that helps,
Like,
yeah.
I'm so
I'm
jealous that Emily.
I know.
She's like, I will be doing
Stephanie,
this.
yeah,
She
Stephanie
already-
called and she was like, so like, who's getting this treatment?
She's like, it's me.
and I was like, I think it's me. I think it's me.
Okay.
I think it's me.
You didn't say I think. You were like, I'll be getting the
She already
service.
knew. She
Don't even
blended
try
in
to
her
be coy.
mind.
Yeah, she was like,
Pre-planned.
facial. And so I'll be coming back to you to
Of
definitely attend
course.
to my like facial and back because
Yes.
my shoulders are a disastrous mess at the
I
moment.
will be glad to.
Yeah,
work the
so-
shoulders. I do butt cheeks too and feet.
Oh,
Shiny, shiny facial.
you
A
just.
shiny, tiny facial. That's so cute. I love that.
I wanted to ask actually, now that we're talking about
Yes.
tiny facials,
Sure.
what is your most favorite thing that you do? Like,
Oh,
your-
yeah?
I love dermaplaning.
Yeah.
Dermaplaning
it's
is fun.
What,
so
what
Before
about
and
it?
after, like I love the
Yeah.
transformation. Like if you come in and say you're a relatively hairy person,
Yeah.
you'll have hair on your face and we shave it off. Like from the before and after, it's a
It's
complete
huge.
difference.
The brightness that you get
Yes.
from that is
It's like
is
as if
unmatched.
Yeah, it's like a hidden light is just reflecting off of your face now.
Huh.
And then your product placement, you know, it really penetrates better. Even when you go outside, like you feel a glow. It's just
Yeah, it's I
favorite treatment.
highly recommend it. I
Mhm.
think it is fabulous. I've tried to do it on myself and that is not safe. Don't do that. Please go to a
Blade.
professional
Yeah.
because that was stupid and I was like ouchie because I tried to do it on the bridge of my nose like a
That's tricky.
lunatic. Yeah, and like you know, and like dry skin. Like it was just all of it was terrible.
I I mean, dermaplaning is also great because it's a form of exfoliation. So it actually gets rid of some of the dry skin as well, which helps with that glow that you'll see after, you know, the dead skin and the vellus hairs are removed.
It's just, I think watching the hair is so satisfying.
There's just so many satisfying.
I know. I think, but that's also, I think, why we like skin and why sometimes we watch those pimple popping videos, because in a way we're cleaning, we're making clean and pure and like, you know, and it feels good. And I think that's, I mean, if you look at animals, they lick their paws, they you know, they clean themselves. So for us it's like clean. I don't know, I think that to me is like the pin ultimate experience. Is just lay there and let somebody print and prune you and you're just like, take care of me.
What's your favorite product that you make?
Oh, so my favorite product that I make, I have a face toner, but I didn't bring it here today. I have a lavender face toner and a rose face toner. So what a lot of people don't realize is a toner should be hydrating. It shouldn't be like an astringent. So my toners are very hydrating, and it makes perfect for application of moisturizers, serums, and solutions.
It helps also too, right? Like hyaluronic acid, I know is water soluble, or it's water based.
Is that the one that you tell me to put with water on? Make sure that my face is moist,
and then you put it on top, and it pulls from that instead of the moisture, of your face.
Which is perfect because we live in South Florida and it's very humid, so humid. It'll just pull from the humidity. Essentially,
super humid today.
I love the fact that you said a rose toner, because I know there's one by, I think it's called Fresh is the brand, but it's like a $40 rose toner, and so to me, I like when I find things that work, but I love when I find things that are the same thing, but from a small owned business, like a small business. There's something about that feels better about supporting. So would you say that like it's similar to that, or it's like a little bit different? Like how would you compare your product to maybe like a bigger product that's in Sephora or something like
you said, it's home based. You know exactly the ingredients. You don't have to
There's not additives or anything.
No
like
additives.
That.
It's pure like rose or pure lavender with distilled water and, you know, rose buds or lavender buds.
And your packaging is super cute. I'm a sucker for packaging.
Of course. Well, that's what we have to eat with our eyes, right?
It's the same thing. We skincare with our eyes.
We really do. Listen, I go in the aisles of like CVS and Walgreens, and I pick the thing that's cute.
The cutest,
right? They know what they're doing.
Exactly.
They went to school for that. They know exactly what they're doing to get me to buy that product. Right. So they're not idiots.
Nope.
Okay. We're getting down to the last few questions. It's on my nails. Emily cringes at this.
Every time I ask this question.
But you know what though? Honestly, at this point, I love it. I'm embracing the word and I'm putting a new spin and narrative on it.
We gotta change it.
What does being a boss babe mean to you?
Having a balance. Because I feel like, you know, growing up, women had to do it all.
Yep.
Take your time. You know, we all have our journeys. You're gonna get there. You know, you don't need to burn yourself out to get there. Have a balance.
Balance is so important.
I feel like I'm interviewing like a big time celebrity.
Oh,
you're just
girl.
so like your energy is so unmatched. It's so good. Like, and I remember it the same way that like when we first met. I think you and I just clicked.
We clicked
and I was like this. And I think I sent you a video of
like
a review of your
and
soap.
It was great. It was like a 2-minute long video. And I'm like, yes.
You were like sending
the whole thing.
Soap.
It was great.
That soap still to this day is one of my top soaps, and I like and like there was something about it that smelled so good. And it was part of my self-love routine. Is I'd sit in the bath and I would like thank my body for like a hard day's work, and I'd use it and I'd massage it, and then I always that smell lingered, and I got a lot of compliments on it. So
what was that smell again? I remember
it was
I remember when you got that. Oh man, I totally forgot about that.
It was because she said, I think you said plum, and I was like, what did you say? And I smelled it, and I couldn't stop. I literally I wanted to like break off a cube and like shove it up my nose so that I could just smell it all the time.
Don't snort.
We're not condoning
that.
No, it was. I mean, truly. Do you still sell that soap?
I do. I haven't made soap in a while though,
but you have that fragrance.
I do, my love.
That's all I need to know.
I have it in
just about
scrubs
this
She's
now.
gonna snort the fragrance now.
I will be returning the scrub
Of
that I have that
course.
I just bought, and then we will be purchasing scrub here today on this day.
Okay,
Okay, so we know where to find the scrub, but I'm
Yes.
sure like now that I've talked up essentially sticking soap up my nose because it smelled so good.
That's gonna be the new
Where-
trend that
Yeah.
kids do.
Right.
And it's
because
all
of
gonna
you.
buzz.
on TikTok. She's gonna be on
Could you
TikTok.
imagine?
Oh,
That's how I
God.
get our claim
But
to fame.
maybe
Right.
that's your $1 million
Oh my
is
God,
that everyone's
stick up your-
coming up here to grab the soap to stick up their nose.
Oh my
Who
gosh.
knows?
It's like it's called skinning or something. Like,
Skinning.
Who knows?
No
Oh God.
skinning.
You
no
heard it here-
skinning.
You heard it here first. So scary.
Oh my god.
So where can people find your products and you and your services, all that?
Okay, so right now my website is being updated. Typically it would be auroraskyn.com, but you can find my services on auroraskin.square.site.
I love that.
But I am also on Instagram, Facebook,
Mhm.
TikTok, Aurora Skyn, all across the board.
And she's
YouTube.
she's fabulous.
Fabulous.
She loves to chat. She will answer
Yes.
your questions.
Yes.
She's extremely knowledgeable. I love all of the content that you've been putting out.
Thank you. Likewise,
Yes,
thank
ladies.
you.
Hello.
You're
Full-time job.
You tell me
Full-time
about
job
it.
on top of full-time job,
Yes.
right? Yeah, that's what
16
people
full-time
don't know.
jobs.
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
At least.
So we're excited. We're gonna definitely be getting. We're gonna be laying Emily down. We're gonna be laying Emily down so she can get her skin done.
Something going on there as
Right.
well,
So
apparently.
just anger
Oh,
that
okay.
Yeah.
that
That
Emily wants the
Emily
facial
worked all day today.
all day, and Emily's like, "Oh my God, a long hard day. I'm gonna get it fixed."
On the way over, Stephanie, I literally was like, I should let Stephanie get the
Right.
service because she had a
Nope.
long day. I
No.
literally was in the car.
No,
and I
you
was
know
like,
what? Honestly, I will probably be I definitely, not even probably, will be
Yes.
booking with
Of
you
course, I would love
because
to
that
have
needs
you.
to be like it's
I
not
need
for
to
a
get back
work.
into it.
Yeah.
It's not for a work thing
You
at
gotta do
all.
it for you.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, go visit her. The website
Yes.
is below. Check
Yes.
out all of her socials. We'll link everything so everybody can, especially your YouTube.
Yes.
So go check out your YouTube. A lot of good educational content. She's
Mm-hmm.
really good about posting those things, and I've learned a lot even from your content. So
thank
amazing
you.
job with everything. And you guys might know who we are, right? We're Cycle Chats.
knows?
Hello. You can find all of our information.
Do we know who we are?
At www.cyclechats.com. We do have a store there where part of the proceeds do go to our non-for-profits that we work with. I guess
It's going to be time for me to get a service.
yes.
I
Remember,
shop local, support small,
and we hope you sync up with us next time.
Yay.
We did it.
You're like, girl. All right, we're done. You got the signature service. How do you feel?
10 out of 10 would recommend. Could fall asleep right here. Those hands, amazing. I smell delicious. I mean, I smell good enough to eat, quite honestly.
Right.
If you are in the need of an esthetician, Jasmine is definitely your girl. This is luxury, this is treatment, this is showing yourself and your body that you appreciate yourself in a mystical, magical garden that I'm in right now.
Yes.
Thank you for stopping by, everyone.
Thank you.
And welcome to Jasmine. I mean, a whole new world.